Hey y'all, so I'm not even gonna go and do my normal intro because I just wanted to sit here and give you an update. I know that I have been absent here on my YouTube channel, and that is because so much has happened in my life since then. So I just want to sit down. You'll see that I'm in a different spot. I just want to sit down really quick and tell y'all what has been going on. So, y'all know that I have two dogs, London, my producer, and then Tallulah, who is older. And basically, 2 weeks ago, little Miss London, was it maybe like 2.5 weeks ago, she started doing this twitching thing when we were in Lake Tahoe, actually. And she would kind of like twitch and then, go about her day. But it started to progressively get worse to the point where she would twitch so much she would start like losing her balance, started falling, and it would become more frequently. Like it went from maybe like a couple times during a day to once an hour to once every 30 minutes to, at the worst, it was literally like once every 30 seconds. So we took her to the doctor, and her blood sugar was extremely low. Her blood sugar was like less than 30, which I think normal is like 60 to like 120, so it was really low. And we found out that she has a mass on her liver. We always knew she had a mass on her liver, but when we had got testing done on it before, the doctor, which this wasn't her regular vet, this was like the emergency vet, she was like, well, I can't tell if it's cancer or not, but I'm pretty sure it's cancer. Like, what does that even mean? But basically, we believe that Lennon has some kind of liver disease, and the liver disease is what caused her to have hypoglycemia. So she literally spent about a week going back and forth to the vet. We would drop her off in the morning. She would get IV fluids with dextrose or sugar in them, and to help keep her sugars up. But they weren't staying up. Like, they would literally go up to like the 50s, and then they would go back down. And it was just like an extremely emotional time. We had to think about things. Me and my mom, we had to think about things and have discussions that we never thought we would really have to have, like when we would decide what would give us signs that it was time to put her down, what we would do after she would put down. Like, did we want to bury her? Did we want her cremated? What kind of urn? Like, all of this stuff. It was just, and it happened so fast. Like, literally, she was normal, and then she wasn't. We did make the decision. I mean, there was the option where we could have her have a surgery to remove the mass on her liver, which the doctor was like, I'm not sure I can remove the mass off of her liver, and it would be a really risky surgery because she's so tiny, plus she's a senior. So my mom and I decided that that would not be an option. We would not want her to pass away. Like, let's say something happened in the surgery and she didn't come back. Like, that's not how we would want her to spend her last days. So we decided not to go with a surgical option. London's vet actually proposed an idea of, let's try giving her prednisone, because one of the side effects of prednisone is that it boosts up your blood sugar. In fact, some people actually get prednisone induced diabetes because it causes your blood sugars to go up. So we decided to give that a try. And we waited, and we were still kind of like not sure it was gonna happen. Me and my mom were just like emotional messes. But by some miracle, the prednisone worked, and her blood sugar went up, and it went up to normal, and she has been stable since then. Now, that does not mean that she's normal. That doesn't mean that this is a cure. Ultimately, we both decided, along with our vet, is that we're just going to go into like a comfort care mode. We are going to keep London as comfortable as we can for as long as we can, until she tells us that she's tired. But she has been here. Now she's at home, her blood sugars are normal, but it's just been very involved. I have to check her blood sugars once an hour to make sure that they are staying stable, and if they are starting to go down, you know, I try to boost her blood sugar back up by giving her foods that are high on the glycemic index. And I can't even believe, like, I know stuff about the glycemic index because of all of that. So that happened with London, and that was a really time consuming. I didn't have time to make videos. I haven't really even been posting on Instagram all that much because it's just been consuming with me taking care of this little dog. Because not only do I have to take care of her and her stuff, but I also have to take care of me and my stuff. And just managing my pulmonary hypertension / chronic illness, that's a full-time job, just period. Just like with that, and then I have to do everything else. So that is one of the reasons why I haven't been here. But since that happened, literally last Friday, Tallulah was playing like she always does, just playing, rolling around, and then all of a sudden she starts like walking really fast, and she like walked into a wall, and then she walked into my brother's room, and she was just really confused and walking into stuff, and she was just acting really weird, really disoriented, walking into walls. She never walks into walls. And then she came into my room, and I looked at her eye, and it was like red and bulging, like bulging out of her eye. And I was like, oh my God, something is wrong. So my mom took her to the veterinary university. It's highly regarded. It's like an hour away from us. But she took her there because we knew they would have ophthalmology like there on call because she was having something wrong, and it was definitely urgent. And unfortunately, Tallulah, we're suspecting, they can't say 100% for sure, but we are suspecting that Tallulah experienced acute glaucoma, and now she is blind, which is devastating and crushing because like, just like literally 1 hour she was fine, the next hour she's blind. That's also been happening. So top of everything that London's going through and how we're supporting her, we also now have to help Tallulah adapt to being blind. So she actually has another appointment on Thursday. So a follow-up appointment so they can do a more thorough exam of her eyes, because when we took her the first time, they were really just trying to treat the glaucoma. They were trying to resolve that. So they weren't really necessarily able to do that because I think like the glaucoma treatment constricts your pupil, where to do an eye exam they needed dilated, so they weren't able to do that way. So she goes in and they can see, there is a very small chance that they can restore some of her vision. Honestly, if she's able to see light and dark, I think that would be a huge difference and be really beneficial to her. But yeah, and let me just say, all that stuff happened within like 2 weeks of each other. So yeah, we've been dealing with a lot, and that is why I haven't been posting regularly on here, and I apologize for that. You know, I've been working hard all year to be as consistent as possible, but this has happened, and my dogs are super important to me, so I'm going to pivot and kind of focus on taking care of them, especially London. London is actually the sicker one of the two of them. Tallulah has her eye, she's blind, but according to all her other tests, she's actually pretty healthy for an old dog, so she has that going for her. But London, on the other hand, we don't know how much time she has, so we're just really trying to give her the best days we can for as long as she can. And she definitely tells us every day that she still has fight in her, that she's not ready to go, so we're gonna just support her in that. So yeah, that is the update. On the flip side, me myself, very fortunate enough, I have been stable through all of this. I am doing good, thank God. But it is hard taking care of them and managing myself too. But I have to remember that, you know, like, you need to take care of yourself first, boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of them. Unfortunately, I'm going to be inconsistent with my uploads. Like I had one more video with pulmonary hypertension, with the Pulmonary Hypertension Awareness Month. I haven't even shot that yet. I don't know if I'm going to get around to shooting that. So I just wanted to let y'all know that I am going to be a little inconsistent in my videos. But it is for a good reason. And I will try to upload. I might just have to shift it instead of every week to every other week. And I was planning on taking a break in December anyway, giving myself 2 weeks off. I might just stretch it to 3 weeks. But I think I'm just gonna shift my YouTube schedule to every other week, just to give myself a break, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to give you that update on what's been going on with me and the girls. If you want to see more updates, I keep everybody pretty updated on my Instagram page, so follow me there at Take a Breath with Alexis for more updates on the dogs, but also me. I'm thinking, because I won't be able to upload here as much, that I will probably be doing some lives on Instagram to kind of like make up for it, because you know you can do a live like whenever, wherever. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. But thank you all so much for sticking around. I know I've been kind of not here, but thank you all so much. And yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe, because even though it might not be as often, the content is going to be just as good, if not better. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up, I guess. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.